everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I am Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I am Brownie. What's up?
And hey, today we have another live studio audience. So there is some people off to the side. So if you hear some chit chat during the episode, that's because we have people down here watching and
light them up in the comments.
They are humongous Halo fans.
It's not going to be a laugh track. It's actually going to be people.
Yeah, that's true. So true. So
people
all right,
at gunpoint.
Chris, we already have some comments.
What? Yeah, I just talking about Cam.
Oh,
He's prepping sous vide steak, and I was like, come on.
Are you going to bring it down here, Cam?
During
Come on.
Christmas, sous vide was one of the things I almost picked up at my favorite store, Ted Lasso Costco.
Oh, my goodness.
They have a sous vide. They had a sous vide thing for really cool, but I just have never done it. But it's Bernie's favorite way to cook a steak.
What is it?
You vacuum seal a piece of meat, steak, whatever.
Okay.
You put it in a tub
Of water.
Okay. And then it's got a heater pump that keeps it at the perfect temperature.
That's what that is. Okay.
Yep.
I've seen people do that.
In a cast iron pan when you're done.
Okay. I've seen people do that. Didn't know it was called.
But it takes like 2 hours, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a sous vide one.
Yeah.
So who's doing that, Cam?
Cam. Obviously, Cam. Who do you think it would be?
Yeah, Swanky just eats at McDonald's every night, obviously.
That's so funny. And then, so I should I get one? But I wanted to give a big
Cam
shout
said
out.
pick one up, you won't regret it.
I want to give Cam a shout
Pick
out.
two up and give me one.
So
and then come over and make me steaks.
You are so funny. Everybody says I got done watching Seinfeld, and I miss having Seinfeld. So I got a lot of recommendations from like Brad and Swanky to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm. But it is Cam who came out of left field and said, I need to check out Frasier.
Isn't the term actually right field?
No, it is not. Is it just out of a field? It doesn't matter which side you pick it on.
I thought it was out of right field.
No, it came out of left field. Out of left field.
I don't know.
People look to the right. They don't see left
out
field.
of...
Is it left?
It's left field.
Okay.
Are you trying to correct me incorrectly? Kara, she came out of right field over here. Just to correct me. Anyways, so I've been watching Frasier, and I've got somebody's login. Thank you very much, Cam.
Rude.
He gave me his...
You can't spill the beans like that on the internet.
I know. I mean, he borrowed it to me. No. So we've been watching Frasier, and I've been watching Curb, and they're both really funny. So
and I've been watching Harry Potter and Dr. Death.
Of course you would watch Dr. Death. Tell us about Dr. Death really quick.
True story. Neurosurgeon in Texas, went to Tennessee Medical, did a fellowship with a doctor named Dr. Skadden, went down and was a neurosurgeon for Baylor, surgical something or other down in Baylor, Texas. And he did 38 operations. And of those 38, he botched 33, including making people quadriplegics, putting them in more pain, and killing people.
So it's called medical practice, not medical perfect, Karen.
Anyway, he got taken to court, and they got him on elder abuse because one of his patients was a 70-year-old woman who had some back pain, and she just wanted it gone. And he ended up putting her in a wheelchair. And so they put him in prison for life because of elder abuse, because of what he did to her.
It took him 33 operations to finally be able to pin him down and hold him.
Yeah, nobody was willing to actually go after him.
One of the eyewitnesses, what was really interesting about the story when they were building their case, they said it looked like he knew what he was doing.
But he did the exact opposite.
Did the exact opposite.
Yep.
So it was like this guy was purposely messing people up.
Yep.
It was absolutely insane. It's on Peacock.
True
if you
story.
want to watch it.
So there's a dramatized version, Dr. Death, and then there's Dr. Death, the documentary. So I've watched the dramatized version. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to watch the documentary.
I don't know what happens if you just hit a certain age, but Kara is absolutely obsessed with true crime.
Blame Bailey. She combined one of my favorite things, makeup, with something one of my friends really liked. And so I was like, oh, maybe this might get me interested in the same thing. So I watched Bailey Sarian do her makeup. I've talked about her Murder Mystery Makeup Mondays. And so I've been watching her do her makeup while she talks about murderers, and it's wonderful.
Well, I absolutely murdered Kara's makeup last week. If you were here for that, I tried to do her makeup from scratch. It was unbelievable.
Did you ever get the pictures, Swanky?
Apparently, you're not supposed to put blush on before foundation, because that's what I did.
It's called foundation for a reason.
I talked about that.
Yeah, and you said that it doesn't go on first.
Yeah, you put blush on first.
Yeah, that's what I thought happened. Why wouldn't you do
Why
that?
does blush go on first?
Yeah. Why would you paint the wall and then mud and tape the seams of the drywall?
Because you want the color underneath to come through like it came down here. It just kept coming through.
Yeah, the stupid water stain. So I just want to catch up on some chat real quick. So Cam says, then this is probably the quote of the day. It takes 1 hour per inch of thickness.
Okay, for the sous vide.
Yes.
Oh,
And then he says instead of using a cast iron pan, he usually uses a propane torch to.
No
crisp
way.
the
He actually
outside.
fancy.
And then
the
Swanky put down his McDonald's long enough to send a couple of comments. He said, I thought that at that age you normally got denied for having surgery. And then water stain painting with Jeremy next Sunday at 3.
Oh, funny.
Oh, and then Cam is replying to the age denial. I used to work for an insurance company. Depends on if the doctor can show medical necessity. He's got medical necessity.
Yeah, are you trying to do the bare necessities?
Yeah.
I think that I very clearly was doing bare
Yep, I heard
necessities.
it.
I had to reach through the old noggin to pull out where I
Well,
heard
it's
that.
an old noggin is the problem, not my singing.
So anyways, being that we are, a streaming show and we're going to be talking probably about the Book of Boba Fett later, but I want to talk about some Halo since I know someone here happens to be a fan. So
Do you think the sequel to Book of Boba Fett will be the e-reader of Boba Fett?
Oh my goodness. Boo. Speaking of
Kindle
e-readers,
of
I
Boba-
have
Kindle
one
of Boba
right here. You can barely see it against the black background.
The Nook of Boba Fett.
Speaking of which, did I tell you guys that I went to the library the other day?
You mentioned it in Discord, I think.
Okay,
you got
I
a new
went to the
card because
library.
you're signing up for free swirlies.
Yes. It's called Libby, not Swirly. And Hoopla is the other one because their advertising strategy was, what's all that hoopla about? So when you're
Oh
like
my
talking about
gosh.
it even says that like when you sign up.
Do they say it that flat? Like, what's all that hoopla about?
What's all that hoopla about? So if you guys if you haven't been to the library, you can go to your local library, get a library card, and there's a free app for you can get 10 ebooks a month. But Hoopla is new, and you get 5 free shows or movies streamed a month. And so that's pretty neat. So we've been able to stream some new stuff. Also, there's a lot of like young adult or youth programming on Hoopla, but I streamed that Duck a Cookie thing for Chip.
Yeah, the don't give a pigeon a cookie or like don't let the pigeon drive the bus. And man knows what I'm talking about.
They're really cute young adult, or like not young adult, those are kids' books. They're kids.
Young
Hey,
adult.
kids are growing up faster and faster.
those 16, 17-year-olds, don't give the pigeon a cookie now.
Don't let the pigeon drive the bus. And then also the hot dog one, I just feel the need to talk about this now. I apologize very much, but have you seen the hot dog one?
I partially watched it.
So the pigeon gets a hot dog and the duckling always takes advantage of him. And so the duckling is like, oh, I've never had a hot dog. So he gives it to him. And then the pigeon was giving his thoughts and he's like, oh, that was all right hot dog. And then the duckling goes, yeah, it would have been better with mustard. And then he's like, wait a minute, have you had a hot dog before? And he goes, no, but I've had mustard before. So there's cute little shows on there. So I highly recommend still going and getting to your library, getting a library card. Then getting Hoopla and Libby are both a great way to get like free audiobooks and free books. And Chris, in preparation we've been playing Minecraft. Yes. Yeah. You like Minecraft? So I got a Minecraft book today from the library, Chris. It's called Minecraft Engineering, and it's different engineering things you can do with Minecraft.
How out of date is it? Because we're in 1.18 now.
It says it was published Jan of 20, so I wouldn't imagine it's
Outdated.
No, it's not that.
That's 2
outdated.
years old.
It's logic. It's logic things that you can use to apply to Minecraft.
Whatever.
It
Go
is-
back. Go back to your.
The audience member agrees with you. I hope you know that.
Yeah, 'cause you're old.
All I hear from it is outdated.
It's okay, baby. You read your book.
Oh, thanks, Kara.
Yep.
Patronizing Kara. So
Drink your prune juice. Wear your socks with your sandals. All
Adam.
things Jeremy does legitimately.
Adam started a realm, and I've been having a blast being able to actually be in a realm again. And so, Chris, talk about the new ores for a second.
Well, they're the same ors, aren't they?
Well, the placement, yeah.
So me being a grumpy old man, so I've been playing since what was in between between classic and launch. It was like because there was like like alpha, beta, whatever.
Yeah.
Then they had, I think it was classic was next, and then there was like the full release.
It came out in 2010. I think you've been playing since like 11, right? Basically.
Well, no, I came out before I started playing before the full release because you got me to play with you.
Got it.
But because you started playing in classic.
Yep.
So and then there was one in between classic and full launch.
That's
When
the
did
one that
Minecraft come out?
2010.
Well, yeah.
Or, yeah,
2008?
10.
10. Oh.
The, like,
Anyway, so I've been playing for a long time, suffice to say. And I've gotten used to the way things work and where you can go and find stuff. And then, of course, they're like, oh, we're going to make the map gargantuan. Right, so bedrock used to be y equals 0.
Yep,
for
so
your
sea level
coordinates.
is 0. Yep.
No, sea level was 62.
Touché.
Floor of the earth was 0. Now the floor of the earth is minus 64. And the ceiling went from 128 to 2 something to like it's like almost 300 now.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
And so it used to be if you would go mining, the deeper you went, like you would get the same ore spawns as always, but then you would just get the rarer ores in addition to it as you're going down. Now, like you need to be like for like ideal ore spawns, you need to be at like Y190. Like you have to be in the top of these huge mountains and stuff. So like they made it like incredibly complicated to try and find, like instead of just being like, I'm gonna go mining and get what I get and probably get what you need. You're going to go mining specifically. It's like, okay, I need to go coal mining today. I need to go iron mining today. I need to go gold mining today.
So you have to go way up to get coal?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
That's stupid.
And it's not just like, oh, if I just get to that level, I'll get it. Because like if you're digging down, there's going to be something there, right?
Yeah.
You have to go and find. I went 3,000 blocks away from spawn to find a mountain to go mining coal.
Holy cow.
And I was very annoyed about it.
I would be.
So like that's my get off my lawn rant
And then
for today.
so we on this realm, there's probably I don't know, 8 people playing at least somewhere in there.
And there were, I think, 5 of us on last night, counting you.
So Chris picked a spot, and so Adam's like, well, I'll go put you by Brownie. So I go over there, and there's like Chris's little area, and there's a little tiny island off to the side. Now, it was flat, I'll give him that much, but I was like, oh, I'll just be out of the way, I'll go on this little island. And he's like, you built on my farmland. So I totally took Chris's farmland for...
Wait, the island was your farmland?
Yeah, so there's and this island that I'm on isn't even very big, and this island's way smaller. Like it's like a modest house would take up the whole thing. It was literally big enough for one of those like efficient farms that I do, where it's the one water source in the middle, and then it's a 9x9 grid basically.
That's about the size of the island I picked.
And so literally, all I was gonna do, like, it was close enough that like I could look over and see it. And I was like, it's perfect. I can just be in my house doing stuff, and I can look over and see if I need to grab my stuff from the farm, right? So I went over and flattened it out, got it all nice and ready, and then the next time I log on, there's like these 2 big oak trees that Jeremy planted, and there's a big hole going down into the earth for his mine.
Yep.
And there's like this god awful rusty copper block sitting out.
Yeah, I did. I put some copper they're my dock markers. I put a little, deep slate dock out into the water.
And
it's
it's
a
like,
bunch of new terrain.
I've contacted the homeowners association. They're working to resolve this and have them.
No raw copper. You got to keep your copper waxed if you're going to put it outside.
Yep.
But you got to get the wax from the bees, right?
Yeah, well, there's a bee literally across the river from you.
But we need to make some honeycombs or some honey hives and get more bees.
I feel I should join the server.
You're not.
Realm.
There's not enough room.
There isn't probably enough room. We can only hold 8 people at a time.
I'll tear Jeremy's thing down. It's fine, and I'll pop in.
And then Chris almost stole my stone cutter.
Yeah, of all the things that he built there, is like he put a stone cutter down and was like, I might just take that. That's like, that'll be his.
You stole his farmland.
That doesn't give him reparation rights or whatever.
Are you sure?
What? Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Like I said, where's my casino?
Yeah.
I had my land stolen from me by the whitest man.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Who is commenting about Minecraft?
Cam said Minecraft is the last game I played regularly.
It's such a good game.
It is a good game.
It is such a good game. So we've been having fun. An old school technique was if you got to a point where you're going to die. Chris has saved me multiple times. Like when I've fallen into lava, he has been
I actually told this story to the guys on the server.
Did you? So you DC.
Yeah.
And then and then somebody comes and saves you. So one of the guys Chris was playing with, he went down to a water temple with 1 water potion and thought he could mine his way out. And he suffered from mining fatigue. So it took
And he walled himself in. So he was trying to make an air pocket. So he seals off this room, which he literally cannot escape from now because he has mining fatigue. So he can't break the blocks.
Oh my gosh.
So he was stuck in there. He had 1 water breathing potion and it was like the base level 1. So it's only 3 minutes. So by the time he swam in there and blocked the thing off, he only had like a minute of water breathing left to try and figure out how the heck to get out of there.
Oh my gosh.
And no way of breaking these blocks. So he disconnects, makes a brand new account, and then logs in and he's like, okay, how are we gonna save my guy? right?
Oh my gosh.
So, okay, like buckle in because this is a story now. So, so I'm thinking like, so a little bit of context too. Like I found the temple form, right? And I've done a gajillion of these. Jeremy and I actually, the first water temple we ever cleared, I was playing with Jeremy.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
So it's like, and I have plenty of experience doing them. Like I know they kind of suck, but like it's really rewarding. Just like experientially.
Gold and sponges, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the sponges are the money item to me. Like some people like the prismarine blocks. I get it. I'm not a big fan of the prismarine blocks personally, but anyway. So he was looking all over for him, and like so. The island or the continent that we're on, like basically you can stand at Adam's house and see two oceans going straight north and straight south.
Really?
And they're like never ending. So he went straight north and I was like, yeah, I got nothing else going on. I'll go straight south. I went like 2,500 blocks away, just bombing straight south. And I find one finally.
Ocean Monument.
Monument. So I was like, okay, it's over here or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I thought he said he had multiple water breathing potions. Like, oh yeah, bring your potions over and we'll try and clear it out. Right. And I thought he knew what he was doing. I didn't know that he just had like a theoretical knowledge of how these worked.
First
Adam?
one ever. No, not Adam.
the
The guy. Okay, I was like,
Mini tiny microscopic tangent. They keep referring to Duluth as down there. And I am
know.
not used to that. The fact that like we're already so far north as it is. And they're like, yeah, and if I go down that way sometime, because these people all play on the range.
yep.
So to be down there in relation to these people, it was blowing my mind.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it happens to people in the cities all the time too.
Well, the cities are down there to us.
But they're up there to 95% of the population of the world.
It's true.
So he shows up with
anyway,
the one,
so he shows up, and then of course, like I was like, oh, we should go like plant some beds on this little rock, like a few hundred blocks away, whatever, blah blah blah, in case we die. Right, we'll be really close to get back in and try to get our stuff. So we get all the stuff set up. We get there, and I was like, hey, you want to toss one of those potions? He's like, oh, I only have one. And I was like, oh, all right. Well, so it's like, I was like, if you want to go ahead, I was like, I'll just wait here, and if something bad happens, I can try and come and save you, I guess. You know, and like again, thinking he knew what he was doing, and then he's like, oh, why can't I break these blocks? And I was like, oh no. And he's like, I just walled myself it. Anyway, so, which leads us now back after we're Quentin Tarantinoing this story to the point where he's now made an alt account. He's like, what do we need to do this? And I was like, okay, so we should make some water breathing potions, right? Yeah. Apparently he found that one in a chest.
Oh my goodness.
He didn't even brew it?
No.
Oh my
brewing
gosh.
wasn't a thing. We had no soul sand, no nether wart. We had nothing. We had one brewing stand.
Potion, you know.
Right. So I was like, okay, we got to go down to the nether. So now step one of doing the ocean monument is going to the nether.
Gotta go to the nether. Gotta get some ingredients.
And so here's the thing, because I had left all my stuff in that chest, I literally had a random golden axe with sharpness on it. And everyone knows gold tools die immediately.
Yeah.
That's my weapon. And then I had some like gifted armor I got from rescuing somebody who got lost. And then that was all gold too. So it's just like everything I'm wearing is going to break like basically immediately. So we get down there and nobody knows what they're doing at all in the nether. And the nether is totally different from when I played last. Like
there's like 9 biomes now.
Yeah. So Nether Fortress, I still understand completely. Everything else might as well be in Russian. So we're going around in there. And like fortunately the nether portal is right next to a nether fortress, which is sweet. But I was like I was getting annoyed at how many wither skeletons were in there. It's like, well, let's just go and try and find some soul sand somewhere and maybe we'll come across some nether wart. And then like a non-stop parade of freaking gas show up and they're just bombing the crap out of us. And so all of my stuff is breaking. I'm down to my boots.
He's only got boots for protection.
And like my axe breaks. Finally we killed a wither skeleton I picked up. They drop stone swords sometimes. So I pick up a stone sword and I'm fighting these things with stone swords. And like, as they're dropping them, I keep on like repairing them to get a little bit more durability out of them. So I'm running around boots only, just stone swording everything in my way. And I was like, okay, this isn't working. Let's just go back into the nether fortress. So we're running around and I know enough about them to know roughly how they're going to be laid out. So then I finally find my way into the fortress itself. Mm-hmm. And it is just loaded with all the things that I don't want to encounter while I have no armor. And I only have like 2 steaks left. So it's like, I can't even like hide and eat to restore my health. It's like, I have to do a 0 damage run on this freaking nether fortress. And everybody else is like lost. I have no idea where they are. It's like it's the beginning of Last Crusade. Everybody's lost but me. They're off doing something. I don't know what they're doing. So I'm running around. I don't know anything. And I was like, this is how did I get myself into this situation? And just to add insult to injury, I was level 29. So it's like if I died, I would have been so close to getting a level 30 enchantment, but no. Anyway, so running through the thing, I'm getting sort of like turned around or whatever. Again, I don't have torches. I can't mark where I've been. I'm literally just like zooming around, dodging enemies, trying to find stuff. I finally,
the lack of coal.
Yeah.
yeah, because there's no coal, I can't make freaking torches of this game. Anyway, so finally, as I'm just like mobbing around, and of course sprinting wastes your food satiation or saturation, whatever they call it. So I find there's like 4 pieces of nether wart and some soul sand. So I'm just punching it with my hand. I don't have a shovel or anything. So like bam, bam, bam. As I'm punching it, like I turn around and there's like 7 wither skeletons behind me. And I was like, no. So like I grab, like, pick up all the stuff and I run up the stairs because these things spawn next to a stairway. Run up the stairs, turn in, and there's a bunch of blazes and a couple more wither skeletons. I was like, why is this a thing? Right? So I lied about I had one more tool with me, and it was a golden pickaxe that had like 1 hit left in it. So I'm like, so I switch my pickaxe, and it breaks as I'm punching a hole through the floor, and I drop down behind the wither skeletons that had chased me up the stairs, and now I'm running as fast as I can, hoping to find my way out. At this point in time, Adam, now he's like, I can see your gamer tag, and it's like, perfect. Just stay where you are. I'm going to navigate to you basically by seeing your things. I'm like running through, trying to dodge everything, hoping to get this nether wart out. Remember, because we need to go and rescue somebody from an ocean monument. This is literally just step 1 of this horrible, convoluted plan. And everybody's dying. Oh, I forgot to mention, so the guy that made the new account fell in the lava and died while we were doing this. So he came back and he's like, I don't care about saving that guy. So he's like, I'll just come in with a guy with nothing on. So he's running around with nothing on and nothing to do, just being a nuisance essentially. And then Adam's trying to cover me I read up with him and we're trying to get back to the Nether Fortress. And there's these stupid bull things that spawn in there now that charge at you.
Piglets?
And like, is that what those are called? The things that look like woolly mammoths?
Oh, those. No, I know what those are. Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Those
they
are
smash into you and they
new.
freaking knock you back, and there's like everything is danger cliffs everywhere and like huge ravines of lava.
It's like, I feel like from what you're saying, they've like tripled the mobs in the Nether.
Yeah, easy.
The Nether got a hold. The one between the one you and I quit playing, 1.6 was whatever. 1.7 was the Nether update, and then 1.8 is caves and cliffs.
So
My gosh.
yeah, it's like everything has been absolutely ridiculous. But so make it out. I am like so close to death now from like just taking random hits from stuff. And I skipped so many details. There's like a whole battalion of skeleton archers like lobbing arrows at us and stuff. Anyways, like we finally get out. We managed to escape death. I plant the soul sand. It's like, okay, get this nether wart going, right? Nether wart grows relatively fast, or at least it used to. It takes 34 freaking minutes to get a nether wart to grow up to maturity, and we need a buttload of potions. So now everyone's like, oh, we're never gonna get this done now, because the plan was to just do it that last night.
Yep.
But then instead, I spent the last hour replaying, just like slow watching nether wart growing, and then when it would get mature, I'd like punch it and plant another one. So like, finally, today I was able to actually get like our brewing
Yeah, and you
stuff
can't
going.
bone meal it, right?
Nope, you cannot bone meal it. Cannot be
What?
bone mealed.
Yep.
We made 200 bone meals because I
Why
thought you
can't
could
you
bone
bone
meal it.
meal? What?
Because
Nether wart?
it's because it's from the Nether or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's whatever it is. It's
Are there
dumb.
trees in the Nether now?
No.
Yes.
Oh, there is. Yes.
Okay.
Not normal trees. But
Yeah, the
like
crimson
the
trees or
upside down
whatever.
trees.
It's too bad you couldn't like take the. Too bad the Nether skeletons or whatever. What are they called?
Wither skeletons.
Wither skeletons.
skeletons.
It's too bad you couldn't like get bones from them and turn that into bone meal, which would make stuff from the
Oh,
Nether
like-
grow.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dark
yeah, Adam
bone
just
meal.
popped up in chat and he said, Kara should play with us.
Hey,
Kara said she
I
should
just
play.
said I should.
No girls allowed on the
so,
server.
yeah, when Adam was
Excuse
playing.
you.
Yeah, it's my server. No, just kidding. It's not.
When
mine.
we were in the Nether, Adam was like, he's the only person that has a bow and arrow, so he was the one that was like sniping the gas and stuff.
Nice.
And he's like, I feel like Hawkeye, the weakest Avenger. Anyway, so like this morning I jumped on and sort of like got all the potions sorted, except I didn't have the puffer fish. Somebody else, no, so Jeremy, I took yours and gave them to the guy who we're trying to rescue.
Oh,
hold on to.
so they were
So he
trapped-
has literally every pufferfish that existed on the server up to that
Oh,
point.
no.
So then I had to go fishing for pufferfish. And that's why I had the
That's
giant
a
stack of cod and
nightmare.
salmon and that fishing rod to give you. That's the stuff that I got when I was fishing to get the pufferfish to make water breathing potions. Absolutely. So anyway, after the stream tonight, hopefully we'll be.
Oh, that's right. He still isn't rescued from the water.
No, because we haven't been able to make the potions yet because
I'm
we
gonna
spent so
hop
much time
on
screwing
and
around in the
help
nether.
liberate Adam's friend.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll try hopping on after I get Chip to bed.
We don't need another person getting stuck in the water temple.
I am good at Minecraft.
Good.
Good.
At Minecraft. Kara's a good build.
Yeah, she's an aesthetic person.
She has built
what?
the tower from Tangled.
Dang
That was
right I
dope.
have. I think I got.
Did she look at a blueprint or did she build it herself?
I don't know. It's up to you, Kara. What did you do?
I don't remember.
Oh, you don't. She doesn't. Remember.
She doesn't remember.
Okay,
She's got
I
the
built it.
haze of cheating in her brain.
Who doesn't? I didn't have a blueprint. I looked at something. I was like, oh, that's cool, and I kind of used that as a reference.
Okay, so
how's that?
using reference is fine.
Inspiration.
Reference is fine. If you look at something and you like it and you want to build it, totally fine.
Yeah,
You guys can all build statues of me.
but do
What,
you
one
want
pink
to?
block with
Well, no, you said if you like it, you can build it, and you guys all like me.
That's a stretch. Remember, I'm still angry at you for taking my island.
No, well, and you're iron from a different realm.
Yep.
Do debts transfer over across realms, Kara?
We talked about
Well,
this. And
here's the
yes,
thing,
you
he
owe me
could-
1,000 iron,
He
Ryan,
couldn't have
Jeremy.
taken it from one realm to the next anyway.
Yeah, but I could have used that iron. And Ryan, I keep saying Ryan because Ryan's the one who usually double crossed me, and Jeremy double crossed me.
Well, you did steal the Rayquaza coin.
I didn't
I think
steal it. I
that's
won it fair and
payment.
You
square.
flipped for it.
What?
Yeah.
It belongs
Did
to
you agree
me.
this game?
No, it's not really, sort of.
Raymond Quaza lives here now.
I
It's
bought
actually,
it though.
Chris uses it as a makeshift lens cap.
Yeah, we're
really?
short on
Yes.
lens caps, so I just set it on the lens so it doesn't get dusty.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
He's doing his duty as my monster to listen to my commands, and I said use protect.
Yeah.
And it was super effective.
Kara's going to use withdraw.
Yep, just-
All right. Do you want
That's
to
what she does when she goes to the bank.
Yeah. Do you want to get caught up on chat there?
Cam says, do I need to make a bigger ROTP Minecraft server?
I think with the realm, you can have as many people as you want in it. You just can't have more than, I think it's 10 at a time.
Oh, yeah, maybe it is 10. Yeah, you simultaneously playing, you only need to get to,
10. So I think
And,
we're all right. But I'm sure if you want to play, talk to Adam. I'm sure he'd be
yeah.
more than happy to send you
The
an
more the
invite.
merrier. Just stay away from my freaking islands.
I'm gonna make sure I build on your other island.
I'm definitely moving now. I was debating about moving before. It's definitely happening.
Oh, free empty house, Kara.
It doesn't have a roof on it for what it's worth. You can build your own roof.
Aesthetics.
You don't want to look up at the night sky every night when you're sleeping and just look at the
As a
beautiful
spider comes
aurora?
over.
I have not had a spider problem
Nope,
once.
nope.
I have more spider problems in real life than I do.
I know, that's so funny.
Adam says 10 at a time. Swanky says, I just mine in Minecraft, build giant underground labyrinths. Dude, you would love the new underground generators. Adam and I were exploring this like ravine system underneath the spawn.
It's unbelievable.
It looks like the Bat Cave. It's so freaking cool. And he does say the more the merrier indeed. And he also says, I know an island near Brownies that could be Kara's. I'm a heck of a realtor.
It was pretty great that Adam, like I said, brought me right by Chris. And I was like, oh, there's an island. He's
You
like,
literally
"It's
could have
yours."
picked anywhere else. That was the only other island I was even considering doing anything on.
Well, I can't believe it. Just looked like a good spot. It
I
was,
know it looked like a good spot. That's why I was going to use it.
I was like, oh, it's so nice. It was worth way more than a stone cutter. All those resources came from underneath.
You guys are ridiculous.
It was pretty fun.
You're ridiculous.
So anyway, that we spent way too much time talking
That
about
was
that
the
Minecraft
saga
adventure.
of Chris and the Nether.
And it's still
Yep.
not even complete yet. Tune in
Yeah, no,
next week
literally.
to
So
see-
that was like chapter 0 of the rescue mission. It's like rescue mission is going to happen. Here's all.
That was the forward of the
Yep.
rescue mission.
Yeah, we dedicate this rescue mission to those brave souls who went into the Nether to get us nether warts who could make potions.
They will make a movie of you someday.
I hope so. I want Chris Pratt to play me.
Yes.
the guy on his alt probably has more XP or did until he died than he did even on the character down in the,
Probably.
Water temple.
the water temple.
Oh my gosh.
Really fun.
So anyway, yeah, that's basically it for that. Do we want to? We're only a half hour in. Do we want to get into Book of Boba Fett stuff or?
Hold on. We were going to talk about my Sekiro awesomeness.
Go talking about your Sekiro.
Oh, you guys are writing fiction stories together again. I see.
So you know how Jeremy played through Sekiro, right? And there's a enemy. What's her name?
Who, the corrupted monk?
The water lady.
Oh, I can't believe you're talking this story.
Dang right, I'm talking this story.
Every once in a while, we get to veto a topic. So I'm going to go ahead and raise my hand.
Have we ever vetoed anything?
Yes, that's a new thing I just made up on the spot.
I think we should veto that.
So Jeremy played through Sekiro.
I need to stop laughing until we fix these cameras so they just go bounce crazy.
So Sekiro, have you heard of Sekiro? Okay.
You should tell the story of asking Kara to get it for you.
It's a ninja game, asking her to get it for me.
You're like, Kara, I need you to download.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I think we've talked about this story.
No, he hasn't heard it. This is the most important demographic.
So the name of the game is called Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, because what happens in the game, if you die, you get one free respawn in order to, and if you lose a second time, then you're dead. You have to like go back to the last checkpoint. So I said, Kara, I had bought the game, but it wasn't downloaded yet. So I said, Kara, I texted her, can you download Sekiro Shadows Die Twice?
No, he did not capitalize anything in the title.
It's a text message.
So
nothing matters in a text.
There's no indication as to where the end of the title ends.
So all she sees is Sekiro. So she texts me back, why do I have to download it twice? Because can you download Sekiro Shadows Die Twice? You know?
So my thought was the title is Sekiro Shadows Die, not twice. And so I was like, what? This is so confusing.
Anyways, it's an extremely game where you have to get
an extremely game.
You have to get it's difficult. A get good game. You have to get good in order to beat this game. So
that's what makes an extremely game. Good to know.
So my first playthrough, there was a mini boss that I didn't feel like putting in the effort for. So if you lure her down the path, he couldn't beat her. She quit. I did not. If you lure her down this path on the way to her battle, she quits her animations and she gets like stuck, and then she just turns around and walks back and quits attacking. So I cheesed her. I brought her down and I killed her that way, so I didn't have to do this battle. So Kara was getting up to that fight, and I said, Kara, feel free to cheese her.
Now I haven't played Sekiro in 3 weeks?
I don't know.
And so last night, she was going to be basically the first boss I went against. And so Jeremy was like, Kara, just feel free to tease her. You can do this, get past her, and you won't have to deal with it. Just get past her. I was like, no, I'm not going to tease her. So I didn't. Beat her first try. Didn't even need a res.
Can you, if there was, she's peacocking right now.
We're waiting for the inevitable Jeremy
is jealous
undercutting
of her
Kara's achievement.
At this moment. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So when Jeremy went through into the second playthrough, you died the first time going after her. It doesn't matter.
It's New Game Plus. It's always more difficult on New Game Plus.
Yeah, you also have way more health.
It doesn't matter.
More attack.
It's still
more
harder.
Health and more attack.
It's still New Game Plus is always harder.
More health and more attack, and if I recall, you used divine confetti.
Oh, you get off your high horse. That is an in-game consumable item, Chris.
I didn't use it.
If they didn't want you to use it, they wouldn't give it to you.
But I'm just saying, I did it without. I don't need the divine confetti to beat her.
How the mighty have fallen.
You had to use it on the corrupted monk too, so don't even.
No,
you had to use it too.
Kara used it twice, Chris, on the corrupted monk. The very next boss, she had to cave and use divine confetti.
They wouldn't put it in the game if they didn't want you to use it.
There's mini boss, and then there's boss.
So now, because it's a major boss, it's okay
I didn't use it. I did not use it on the guardian ape.
And
I did not use it on the guardian ape.
Snap seeds. Don't even get me started.
You told me to use you told me to use the snap seeds.
I'm trying to help her out, and then she's picking on me for Or Under the Water.
I'm just saying, she was easy to beat without all the extras.
Easy to beat.
Easy
If she's
to
so
beat.
easy to beat, maybe you have to do it again.
For the record, I beat Corrupted Monk my first try. There's just bosses that are harder for some people than they are for others. Orin of the Water, I'm not good at. Her wiltiness. She was like 6'8"
She
timing.
kind of,
She's
goes
very
from
wilty.
being hittable to being like this ghost spirit. And so like you have certain periods where you can attack her and you just gotta get good.
The Corrupted Monk has much further
She's-
ranged attacks. Like she can hit
she's
you
like
from
7
really
spears.
far away.
I hated Ashina 7 Spears. I hated him.
It was painful to watch you play. Actually, she didn't even beat him when I was watching. I had to leave the room.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. Jeremy likes to tell me what to do when I'm gaming. And so when I try to do what he tells me to do, 9 times out of 10, I die. And it's
But
like
the one time,
when Jeremy
Out of 10.
isn't telling.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
there's a chance.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Hey, it worked for the Corrupted Monk.
yeah, for the Corrupted Monk. But here's the thing, you told me what to do in the very beginning, and then you shut up for the rest of the time.
No.
Wouldn't you want to be able to concentrate while you're playing the game?
Yeah, see,
I
that's-
can barely
that is
concentrate on
it.
life.
Well, okay, so last night I was playing Halo PvP. Jeremy is like, Kara, go and grab, what's that called?
Fusion Coil.
Go and grab that fusion coil. And I'm looking around, I can't find a fusion coil. I'm like, what? I don't see a fusion coil. So I'm like running around trying to find one, grab it, die.
No, let me tell you my point of this story. It's one flag, capture the flag. All right, one flag. And her team got the flag, and now Kara's on defense. So I watched this team roll up on where Kara's at. They absolutely whooped her and her entire team's butt. They get the flag, and they score. So then her team captures again. It's like, Kara, if you can defend, you win the game. I watched you guys get beat.
To defend.
And so I
we did
thought...
not, we tied. We did not get beat.
I thought if she grabs a fusion coil, there she can take out a couple guys when they go for the flag. You don't have to know where they're going to be. You just watch the flag and then chuck the fusion coil at it and blow them all up.
I turned around and there's a guy directly behind me.
I tell her where a fusion coil is. She goes over there and gets it. She turns around. She's nervous. She chucks it point blank and it blows him and her up. So she didn't just die.
I cannot do what Jeremy tells me to do because he always
Because you
messes
lack
me up.
the skill.
It's his,
Yes, Chris. That's exactly it.
his play style and my play style are two completely different
That's
things.
why Orin
Yeah.
of the Water was easier for you.
You
have a will
can't
to
have it both
evade.
ways, Kara. You
Yeah.
can't admit that you have different play styles and tell Jeremy that he can't play different than you.
Yeah.
Well, you just can't tell me what to do anymore.
I'm like Batman. I use all the gadgets at my disposal.
It's true.
Sorry that you're like,
So Brad says that's annoying AF. Kara, go left. Kara, pick this up. Kara, something's around the corner.
that's
Actually,
Brad was getting
when
mad.
I was streaming, yeah, Brad
He's like,
did
Jeremy,
get mad
stop
at you.
telling Kara what to do.
Yeah. And actually, Brad, you were watching the stream when I beat the Guardian Aid, weren't you?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, because you were sitting back and just watching Chip, and I beat the Guardian Ape without you telling me anything.
Had he told you anything about it prior to that?
I mean, he told me I needed to use the spear.
Ah, see, so the strats were already in the brain.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd watched him beat him, so.
Oh, cheat.
Yeah, I
Cheating.
know, right?
That's looking at the test answers before you take the test.
Yep. She got an example. We've talked about this. Nobody in the whole world can run faster than 4.5 minutes or whatever. One person runs 4.5 minutes. You see how it's done or that it can be done? Then all these other people start running faster.
Yep. That's why I'm running a 2-minute mile next week.
Yep. It can be done. As soon as you do it,
I'm not held back by the bonds of rational thinking.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
AKA screen watching, huh, Swanky?
Oh my goodness.
Bunch of chat to catch up.
Yep. Brad says, just do the dishes and let her play. Well, it's you admitting that you like doing dishes. Right?
I like the Platinum Power Wash sprayer has made dishes enjoyable for me.
So if you like it so much, you should give me your dishwasher.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, no, I still use the dishwasher. I am not like Jeremy.
Oh, so going back on chat just a little bit. So first, Dave said I'd get on and play with you guys if there's room for Minecraft.
Man, people are into this realm thing. Way to go, Adam.
Adam says I call Ryan Reynolds as my movie stand-in. He's already starring in my biopic. He just doesn't know it yet.
Who would be my stand-in?
Well, so we're getting there. So then Swanky
Oh.
says who else can name who they want to play them in movies? He wants Bruce Campbell.
Oh,
And then I said Jeremy gets Mr. Clean.
Or Mr. Bean.
Or Mr. Clean.
Kara would be Azula would play Kara.
We're talking about real actors, not cartoons.
Fire Nation.
Of Zuko.
Ha!
Azula is Zuko's sister.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Was she in the show? I don't remember
Yeah,
her.
she's crazy.
She
goes
does
crazy.
the lightning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about
She's the one who she
actual
zips
actors
a
and
hole in
actresses, Jeremy.
Aang's heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going
him
that
from
round,
bending
Jeremy's the cabbage guy.
the cabbage. My cabbages. Why would I be that poor guy?
Because you're always, whenever you see some Kara go to the gas station, you're like, my cabbages.
I'm gonna have George Costanza play me.
Dear goodness.
What? I love George.
I hate George.
I love George.
I hate George.
You're just a George hater.
No, who would Jeremy's actual actor be, do you think?
What's his name? Give me a second. I'm pulling it up. Patrick Stewart.
Yay! I would love Patrick Stewart.
He's only a little bit younger than you too.
And you're so funny.
Who would be my actress?
I mean, I think you have a passing resemblance with like a Natalie Portman, Keira Knightley style.
Yeah, Keira Knightley would be my first.
I'll take it.
So I would get Kevin Smith.
Could you imagine Keira Knightley playing Sekiro? I just can't see it.
Nope.
So funny. But I do see the resemblances is what I mean.
Steve Buscemi.
For me or for you?
For one of the two of you, I guess. Or me, I don't know. Or maybe Brad's dibs again.
Doesn't Steve Buscemi have just like massive teeth?
Well, I mean, he's got kind of like the popped bug eyes and stuff.
Please say you're not talking about me.
Good actor. Yeah. Hold on, let me burp.
No. Keira
Hey,
looks
Steve, I didn't realize you're on the podcast.
Yeah, right. Somebody as big as Steve Buscemi. Okay, so
Yeah. Speaking of nothing, here's another topic.
absolutely, yeah. Here's another topic. All right, so Kara, why haven't you played the Halo campaign?
Because PvP is so much fun.
But you need to go back and put down PvP for a little bit and finish the campaign.
No, because I want to get to a level 100.
What are you even going to
In the
do
battle
at
pass.
a level 100?
Get all the cool things.
You're ridiculous. What armor set do you want? Or is there a goal you're
I want
working
the
towards?
fire stuff.
The fire sleeves? The fire
The
head?
wing, the sleeves and the fire head.
Kara
on.
has blossom petals when she
I
runs. It
do.
leaves
I bought that.
floral
For
footprints.
$20.
Maybe.
That's paying real money for cosmetics
She's bougie.
is the definition.
Okay.
The deal,
Bougie.
the only thing is, I'll give her this stupid thing is free. So she didn't have to actually pay for the game. It's free to play the multiplayer.
It's free for everybody or free if you have Game Pass?
Free for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just free. So you could get Halo for Steam.
I would not.
I know. It's a shooter. But yeah, you could.
There are shooters that I like. I just don't like Halo.
yeah. So,
Anyway, so if I die, when I resurrect, it's cherry blossoms, just poof, cherry blossoms all over the place.
she's bougie. That's
And then, as I'm running,
But-
there's cherry blossoms that sprout underneath my feet
and
as
if she
I run.
slides, she's sliding on cherry blossoms.
Yep.
Funny. It's like all I'm seeing is like just real world dollars exploding
Yeah.
around her when she's running and she's
Somebody
leaving a
else
trail of
had it.
quarters.
On one of the teams I was on, another person had it.
Did it look cool?
It looked awesome. So I know.
You can't even see yourself. It's a first
No, somebody
person.
else
I know
had
it. Yeah.
You paid for this cosmetic that you can't even
She
look
can't
at.
see
You
it.
can't
Everybody
even look
else
at
can
it.
see it.
You
Everybody
can't
else can see
Who
it.
cares?
I do.
Okay, it's okay. You see this?
It's like makeup.
No. You see
She
this,
can't
right?
see the makeup,
Yeah, I can't see my makeup.
but she wears it. It's a
You're not a girl.
This is the difference between us. So Jeremy recognizes this.
yes.
I do too.
This is his mom's old phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
My phone is a piece of crap. He gave me this. The case that's on it is definitely an older woman's phone case.
Yeah, absolutely. It's floral.
Every time I use my phone, I have never looked at that side of the case. I get so much crap for it. They're like, "Oh, where's your phone case?" Is like, I'm not. You guys have to look at it. If you have a problem with it, turn your head when I'm using my phone. But I don't care as long as it keeps the screen from exploding. I don't care what the other side looks like.
Yep.
I'm not going to pay real world money to get a cosmetic for my phone.
Yeah, see, Chris is he's that anti-cosmetic.
I am all about the aesthetics.
Actually,
I'm all about the aesthetics.
on the other hand, Kara got a brand new pure white phone case. It's funny you bring up aesthetics.
So let me close up.
I'm actually shocked that that's not all stained. I don't know why it looks like orange
a
around there, but it's
13?
not.
No, it's an 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that she didn't pry the wallet open for one of those bad boys.
I'm surprised too. I told
Okay,
put a hard
honestly,
no.
at Jeremy's idea, we did go look at them. He almost bought us 13s, like right when they came out.
Which would have been already over a year ago.
Yep, 14's coming out in like 5 minutes.
Probably. 5 minutes from
Isn't
now.
that how it goes?
So, all right.
All
Do you want to we'll just give it a couple seconds. If you can we talk about Book of Boba Fett? Does anybody care if we talk about Book of Boba Fett?
Do you guys care?
If we talk about Book of Boba Fett? Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're going to give a couple minutes.
Don't forget to change the lights.
That's if we go there. We'll see
Why
if
do
people
you
want us to
make
talk
my
about it.
job so hard?
Because you chose to put them up, Christopher.
Well, I had to do work so I could do more work.
Yep. And you started it at the old building.
No,
so
Brad suggested it. This is all Brad's fault, actually. Thanks,
Always Brad. We need a blame Chip and a blame Brad.
At least my complaints are legitimate.
So you want to talk about bougie, Chris? You're talking about aesthetics, right?
Yes.
So Kara asked me about a week ago to run by Michael's to pick her up some colored pencils. And then I find out how much these colored pencils are. Kara?
150 set of them is $200.
It's how much?
$100. That's more than $1 per colored pencil.
That's right.
They're Prismacolors.
I don't understand it.
I don't care if they're Lamborghini colors.
Prismacolors blend well with each other.
Blend. You're not Monet. You don't need to be blending.
Spending the Monet.
Do you want me to get better at art, Jeremy?
Oh, do it digitally. Blend digitally.
Yeah. No.
Photoshop colors are free.
Even if these were going on the Pope's fridge, that's a lot for a colored pencil.
So she found these Amazon ones that were very similar.
I looked up budget-friendly colored pencil. Like,
And did it come with Crayola like the rest of the world uses?
it's by Castle, which makes a nice colored pencil. But 120 pencils for $50.
That's still a lot for 120 colored pencils, just saying.
I mean, not really.
At least it was.
I can get a
more.
128 pack of colored pencils from Rose Art for $9.
Those are crap, though.
Oh, Jeremy, I used to think that you were insane for calling Kara bougie. I'm so on that train right now.
I didn't insist on getting Prismacolors now.
Guess what?
Oh yeah, this is the classic problem with
I
this
went
is the
from
medium thing.
$200 to $50.
This is the medium problem,
Yep.
right? So it's like they offer you 3 sizes, so you just buy the biggest one because it's like, oh, it's only $2 more than the medium.
Yep.
When you really all you need is the small.
She price anchored me. It was probably her plan to get the more expensive ones all along.
Exactly.
So she price anchored me.
100%.
Oh, I could be wanting these, Jeremy, and they're $200.
You walked out of the dealership. They showed you the $180,000 fully loaded whatever.
That's a life lesson. It's called price anchoring. They show you something more expensive, and then they try
then
to.
maybe I should be a car salesman because I'd sell all the cars, apparently.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't understand how somebody can justify charging $200 for colored pencils.
Because professionals use them.
Who's colored penciling professionally? Who's colored penciling professionally? Kindergarten teachers? I don't understand this. Like police sketch artists? Who's doing this?
Where do you buy? Yeah, like oil colors. You hear is like if somebody does a famous oil painting, right? Well, I want to know, where is a famous colored pencil artist? Like, do you walk through the Louvre and you see, oh, there's the Mona Lisa. Oh, there's the great colored pencil wall in China.
There's the Bill Johnson.
Those are Prismacolors.
Oh, you can tell this Prismacolor. That painting is worth just $200 from the colors put on it by itself.
Now you know why art's so expensive. It's not subjective.
Exactly.
The materials.
There's people out there that are like, oh, I just crushed this berry. I'm going to charge $97,000.
All right, hold on a second. We're going to see if there is. Hold on.
Buy expensive colored pencil drawing.
That's what I'm looking for. Most expensive colored pencil.
I'm going to draw like an
art.
Oscar the Grouch out of Rose Arts and put it on eBay for like $97,000.
Yep. And then you need to do.
Oh, you guys think that's bad? Somebody posted a video on YouTube called "I Bought the World's Most Expensive Colored Pencils." $1,000 for, it looks like maybe 25, 30 pencils.
I can't see it. I just can't see. Like, so I understand, like, there's exponential increase in price as the difference in quality decreases. Like, anybody can buy a video camera for $150, right?
Yep.
You know, and like, it just does the job. But then it's like, okay, well, I needed to hit these parameters because of whatever, right?
Yep.
So then you add another zero to it. Now you can get like a pretty good camera that's going to do 95% as good as the best cameras in the world.
Yep.
And then you add another zero and you get like a 2% increase. And you add another zero. Now you're finally at the best cameras, right?
Yep.
So it's like, and I think that the colored pencil, so $200, so like $2 for that many colored pencils gets the job done. $20, I can't really see needing to increase to that, but fine. But there's nobody in the world can legitimately in their heart of hearts justify the 2% quality increase for going up to that level of colored pencil. There's nobody in the world who's like, oh, those smudge lines. There's
They blend really easily.
It's never been a life or death thing. There's nobody's boss. It's like, look at this colored pencil drawing. You're fired.
Have you tried coloring with rose art and then a high quality pencil?
Oh my goodness.
So here's the thing for me: $1,000 individual colored pencil.
Oh, no, I would never
It's
spend
gonna look the
1,000.
same as a cave drawing for me. It won't matter what you hand me; it's gonna be terrible.
But you feel the difference and it feels good. The rose art is hard and it's just gross to draw with. I've used them and I hate them. Like, I've used Prismacolors before and I love them.
Did you break into a mansion?
No, my
Yeah.
parents bought them. Like, it was like $25 for a small kit. And it was only for school art projects. Like, we couldn't just use them.
Oh, she went to school for designing fashion. Is that what you used them on?
No. But
She's just drawing
Okay.
pictures. Hold on.
I did take art classes in college, and you guys would be offended by how much money.
Well, that's just a college problem.
That's true.
So my question is, so what do you plan on drawing with these $1,000 pencils?
I'm not using $1,000 pencils.
What are you planning on spending $1 million
$50
for colored
pencils?
pencils on? What are you drawing?
The $50 pencils?
Whatever thousands of dollars you want to spend on pencils.
Oh, I don't care about thousands of dollars. I just want my pencils.
I mean,
What are you drawing?
What are you trying to draw?
Right now I'm just going to color in my journal.
Basically,
I will give you a Sharpie.
Like, I want to like shade and stuff like that. I don't want to just.
I don't understand. I do creative arty things, right? I've never like so.
Okay, here's the thing, Chris. All of your equipment is going to be way more than I will ever spend on colored pencils.
Maybe you're gonna live a long time.
Maybe.
I'll be dead soon. No, but like I've not. If I wanted to go out and take photos and I don't have anything except for my phone, I'll still go out and take a picture because it's the act of doing it that gives me the joy, not.
Well, no, I have crappy colored pencils at home that I've been using. It's just painful to use them.
Oh my God.
No,
we could not have a more first world conversation right now. It's like, oh, my colored pencils on
no, I want a crime show where somebody is murdered with a colored pencil, but they catch the perpetrator because they used bougie colored pencils. Be like, oh my gosh,
There's
the
only 8
detective
people in the
shows-
world who can afford these
Exactly.
pencils.
Be like, that's a Prisma colored pencil.
I gotta just address Swanky for a second here. So it's not a why would I want to, it's a why would I justify this, right? So Swanky, like if you want to just play the guitar to play the guitar, you buy the $200 guitar. If you are earning a living on a guitar and you need the fidelity and the sound production of that $5,000 guitar, that's why you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sorry, Brad. We got hung up on these colored pencil things. He's like, are we done talking about Book of Boba Fett?
Oh no.
We will put a reasonably priced pin in this colored pencil talk. So let's just talk about Book of Boba Fett real quick.
Bye, Brad. We'll see you in a little bit. We'll turn the lights back.
I promise that when we're done talking about it, I will switch the colors back.
Funny. Poor
That's
Brad.
like, he did change that maybe like 15 minutes ago.
All right, so we are on episode
Sorry,
3
guys. We go on tangents.
of the Book of Boba Fett. And so for episode 3, we get some more, and we didn't really talk about 2 when it was on. So I'm just going to wrap this up. We get 2 was a lot of Tuscan backstory. I like the Tuscans
I do
a
too.
lot, and then I thought the train sequence was ridiculously like well done and well shot and stuff
Boba
like
building
that.
his gaffy stick.
We get a little bit, not a lot, in 2 of what's going on in the current times, but then in 3 we get a lot more current times, and so the pacing in 3 was unbelievable, and I'm really excited for where the show is going. The thing that's been driving me nuts is everybody online goes, oh, it's not doing as well as Mandalorian. Well, yeah, no kidding. Again, I've talked about this last week. You got Pedro Pascal, you get Baby Yoda. How can you not love that? And then all the stuff that happens in season 2, I won't, spoil that, but it was the first Star Wars show on Disney Plus that was made for Disney Plus. There's a recipe for success. Mandalorian had to be good.
Yeah.
Boba Fett, they're just trying to expand the universe a little bit. So it's fan servicey, but
It's one of those things where it's like they're doing what they're intending for it to do.
Yep.
So I mean that's.
I really like it. I like it so far. I'm excited. Now that we've gotten I feel it's going to pick up a lot after this episode.
It has nowhere else to go but up.
Yeah.
The Hutts were in it. We have Danny Trejo rolls in with the Rancor.
Yes.
And gives it as a gift.
The most side mirrors on a vehicle ever.
And besides, the Vespa thing was
ever
hilarious. No one can outdo. That is, Cars did it to be funny. The cartoon.
With the spoilers?
With the spoilers. They were trying to be serious or something there. I don't know what was going on there.
Also, that's just, I think they're just showcasing the aesthetic taste.
Well, like you said, their Vespas were way too shiny for it to be in the desert.
Although, so I will justify and hand wave that away with these people were clearly described as augmenting their body with cybernetic parts, right?
Yep.
They're clearly out to be decked out.
What's really funny?
They just rolled in from Jabba's palace into town, and there's not a speck of dust.
They stole all that water so they could wash their machines.
That's what I was going to say. Water was so expensive. That's probably what they were using on.
They're like, you want how much for a car wash? Let's just steal instead.
Oh my gosh.
You think car washes are expensive on Earth? Try to find a car wash on
Tatooine.
Jeremy washes my car for me.
I do.
Yep.
Along with washing dishes and everything else.
Okay.
But so I can't believe we're going to get Tamora Morrison probably riding a Rancor.
Oh, that's going to be so
awesome.
cool.
Did
That
he name
whole
the
sequence
Rancor?
with him. Actually, have you seen what is it? Spartacus, Blood and Sand? It's 15 years old at this point, probably.
That was a huge HBO show, wasn't it?
It was on Stars.
Stars, okay.
And then the main actor died, which is really sad. After season 2, he died, I think, and they did one more season and a prequel season. I think that was the whole run of it. It was a really good show. For some reason, I get sort of a vibe of that. The whole Rancor scene, for some reason, really sort of was oh, that feels sort of Spartacus-y to me for some reason. I don't know why. It was just really cool because maybe it was the whole bred for fighting thing.
Spartacus was always preached to me as a Game of Thrones was. People, it was kind of a very similar, oh, Game of Thrones is really good. And then when if you're done with that, you can, Spartacus, you can, tune in for Spartacus. That was you'd probably love it.
It's quite good. And it does have Games of Thrones level nudity
Violence,
and stuff.
Yeah, and nudity.
I know that's why Kara shows up. She needs that TNA.
Just kidding.
So, all right, we can probably cut this.
Okay, yeah, I think we talked about all the things we want to talk about. We're happy with where it's at right now and excited for where it's going in the future.
Yeah.
I highly recommend watching it if you haven't finished it. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. It's an excellent show.
All right, let's switch that back to that. Let's go to the wide and switch this. I wish there's you know what I could do? I could probably just program
Spoiler one.
A switch over. So
Surprisingly, these lights were not that expensive. Chris, talk about the lights for a quick second.
Oh yeah. So okay, no more spoilers. So when I can't even remember why I decided to get them, but it's just one of those things. It's I've always sort of been interested in LED cool.
When
RGB
you
lights
cut the
and stuff.
Kara's angle, it does a really nice
like a rim light. It does it to you too, but it's just on your bald head.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you get the nice little edge light.
Yeah,
and stuff.
you get the little glow around Kara. Yeah.
Anyway, once upon a time, it was just we just need to up the production value on the other studio, right? And it's let's just I looked at a gajillion different LED lights. And then my initial idea was to actually do a whole box around the set, but it was going to be really hard to do that. So we did what we ended up doing in the old studio. You guys can just go and watch an old episode if you don't know what we're talking about. But then So I looked at a whole bunch of ones. Like these for one strand were $50, or for one thing is 2 columns of light is one controller.
Yep.
So we have 2 sets that makes the 4 strips. And normally they're like $50, which isn't outrageous by itself. But when I bought those, it was buy one get one free. So I paid $25 a piece for them, which is pretty reasonable.
That is reasonable. Yep.
Their app was terrible.
when you first put them
When I first got them, it was so hard to control them. They're actually really nice now. Like I can use the Google Home or whatever, I like voice activation to like shut them off and on.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know.
Yeah,
you could do that.
there's all sorts of like nice upgrades they've done to them. I don't know. Like, it didn't seem like they had just come out, but like they finally gave a crap about the UI.
He programmed them so they come on to at 6:30 automatically.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. They turn off on themselves. They're either automatically programmed to shut off at 9. So like we can shut everything else off and just use those lights to like get out and stuff. So don't have to worry about it. So yeah, they're pretty cool. I almost bought some more. There wasn't quite buy one get one, but like so it was $49.99 and then you got $20 off. But you didn't need to buy 2 to do it. There was a coupon to get $20 off, but you could only apply it one time. So if I wanted 2 rolls, I'd have to pay full price for one of them still. So I was like debating about it, and I was like, I'll just wait for right now.
Yeah.
But they're pretty cool.
Nice. No, they're super cool.
The building has come a long way. And the old studio was like the couch and one chair was all that could fit the width-wise.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the way closer to the tables, too.
Yeah, yep. And then, like, Chris used to be where the TV was, and that was, like, where the end of the wall would have been to this wall. Like, it was way smaller, and we gotten way bigger. So advertising, been doing what advertising does, and so we, haven't posted any new big builds to Brickable for a while, but I just picked up the Seinfeld Lego set and the dinosaur fossil Lego set. So I'm super excited. Yeah, baseline. Oh, yeah, I was going to talk more about Frasier too, but I don't want to bore people. I've really been enjoying Frasier.
I don't want to spoil Frasier. It's only 20 years old.
I don't want to bore people with it. It definitely it has some stuff, but it's a really good show. I have absolutely been enjoying it. So, yeah, it's really, really good. So thank you so much, Cam, for hooking us up with stuff to watch. And Curb is good. I have to keep watching it in order to get through it.
Yeah.
And then this is the last.
Have you watched Inside Job yet?
I have not.
You piece of crap.
I have not. Which one is that on?
Netflix.
It is on Netflix?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear Netflix is raising its prices again?
Are you serious?
I am like debating on just canceling Netflix.
No.
What do you mean?
It's pretty easy to get rid of Netflix these days. Disney Plus honestly has the most front to back stacked library of anybody.
Witcher, yo.
Oh, we just get it when it comes
just get a free month
again.
trial and just
be like the guy who's stuck in the water temple. Just make it alt account, fire up Witcher for a while, and go from there. It's kidding. Netflix was cool because they were cheap. That is why Netflix was cool.
They used to be like, what, $3.99?
Yes, it was like the red box of movie rentals.
The price, because what is it for Apple? Like $6?
It's $50 for 12 months.
Yeah, so
Netflix is
$6
now
a month.
$20 a month.
They charge you more and give you less.
Yes.
There's so many disparate streaming services now. Like you'll never see anything that Disney / Marvel / whatever makes on there. Like, so that's a huge chunk of like easy to watch stuff that you're just going to miss, right?
Yep.
I understand if like the Disney classic movies and stuff like that and the animated features and stuff aren't people's bag, but like for even like families and stuff like that, it's just nice to be able to have such a wide swath of stuff and it's reasonably priced.
Yep.
HBO, man, there's like 4 shows ever on HBO that I would even care to watch. So that's something that I wouldn't want to do. But you're not going to get any of the high prestige shows. Like you used to be able to watch The Sopranos on freaking Netflix, and that's never gonna happen.
Yep.
And it's like the same thing. It's like as things get more and more divided out, like Netflix is gonna have to rely solely on their own catalog. Which like I like stand-up comedy, and they put out a lot of stand-up comedy specials. Like that's kind of nice for me. But otherwise, it's like if a TV show is made, if it's not made by Netflix, it's going to their proprietary streaming service.
Yep.
Unless it's like BBC stuff.
No, Paramount. BBC has BBC Box. And then Paramount as Paramount. You got Discovery Plus.
Well, like
now.
Great British Baking Show and stuff is on Netflix.
Yeah, all old episodes.
And Downton Abbey.
Look at what happened when we got Paramount Plus. You got all of the seasons of Ink Master, and Netflix only had what, 2 seasons of it? Kara knows. Kara knows.
Ink
See?
Master's so good. I want to get a
surprised you haven't-
tattoo.
I am surprised you haven't gotten another one.
I didn't realize Kara wanted to be in a gang.
Right?
Tattoos don't mean gang,
They do though.
but they don't.
Although the teardrop one you're talking about definitely means that you're in
I
a
was
gang.
going to say, tattoos here mean you're in a gang.
A tear
Tattoos anywhere
tattoo-
above here mean you're in a gang.
Tear tattoos mean you've killed someone.
Well, we know that you've earned it.
Well, she apparently murdered Orin in the water or whatever that Sekiro boss was.
The lady.
And the Guardian Ape.
Oh, hold on, we've got a little bit of streaming service chat here. So he says, I'll use my mom's Netflix account, her boyfriend's Amazon Prime, and they use my Hulu and HBO. I mean, that's reasonable.
That's what you have
Fair
to do.
swap.
That is what you have to do. You have
Yep.
to trade with people.
And Brad says, I watch Netflix maybe once a week. Now I watch Twitch way more than Netflix. And Twitch is free.
Yay.
Ryan's been on a big Twitch kick recently.
Watching or playing?
Watching.
Oh, got it.
There's a lot of great creators out there. Swanky says, as soon as Netflix started making their own content, their selection went to crap. Yeah, like they knew the future was coming, that other streaming services were coming out, so they tried to get ahead of the curve and try and have stuff made that they could reliably produce themselves. But it's like,
Well, I heard that's part of the reason why the price hike came up was from like the show Cowboy Bebop flopping and their production value they put into
Cowboy
that.
Bebop flop.
it's things like that. Okay, so we're gonna inside baseball a little bit here, or not inside baseball, but like we're gonna shrink it down to Duluth. The freaking Minnesota Power is
Building.
trying to charge everybody
Yes.
for Verso not paying their stupid
Correct.
bill.
Yep.
It's stuff like that. It's like, if you're going to be in business, if you're Netflix, you have to be able to absorb that cost. You can't just hike everybody when you make a mistake.
Yep.
That's why capitalism exists, right? It's like, you can't guarantee that you're going to make money. I hope that Netflix goes bankrupt.
I would love it.
Like they're going to hike the
That's
prices.
a hot take.
No, it is. It's like, if you're going to be, if the reason that the rates are going up is because they made a mistake and produced something that nobody wanted to see, this is why controlling the means of production and distribution is not allowed. Like, so back in the day, if you were a movie studio, you also owned movie theaters. They got busted, or not busted, they got broken up because of antitrust, because you can't control the means of production and the means of distribution. It's a monopoly, right? You could just basically expand enough, control all the theaters, and nobody else who's making movies would ever be able to get it shown, right? So Netflix making the shows and distributing them, sure, can make you more money, but then you can't turn around and rate hike us because you made a mistake.
Right.
Like, that's like the having cake, eating it too whole thing, right? So it's like, and that's the thing that drives me crazy with it. So, and it's very similar to that. Minnesota is like, everyone has to pay more because you weren't smart enough to get them to pay their bill.
Yep.
Or like, you don't have some sort of like insurance or something to mitigate that. It's like, don't give them a deal like that if they can't pay it.
Well, here the thing about Minnesota, did you know about that? So Verso, a local paper mill,
Former local paper mill.
yeah, they went under. And so they had a $2 million extravagant bill. And so the paper company's like, we ran our business into the ground. We don't have any money to pay you. So that was lost revenue. And instead of being able to like eat that cost, they are spreading it to every single customer. So everyone's rates are going up by like $9 a month to cover the paper mill's lack of paying their bill. And it's like, that's between the paper mill and Minnesota Power.
Yeah, it's like, if I don't pay my bills, I'm either still liable or they have to eat it.
Yep.
Right? It's like, there's nobody prorating
so
my
frustrating.
It's like capitalist communism suddenly. It's like, we're gonna make our money, but we're gonna make everybody pay for it. It's
Yep.
like, it makes no freaking sense to me.
It's super
It
frustrating.
drives me nuts.
But when I saw Netflix was going up, it's like, I already am annoyed at Netflix because of the last price hike, and I don't want to stomach another one. We get ours paid through by T-Mobile, but they went from being free to now we pay $5 a month. Now it's probably going to go to $7 or something.
It's
Ouch.
You're talking the lady who wants $200 colored pencils, Jeremy.
Yes, I know.
Don't even engage her on that. She doesn't care.
I'll just
you
make
talk to
an
me.
account
I know how
behind
hard
his
it is to
back.
live.
Oh, right. She's going to make an account behind my back.
Easy set, easily done.
You're so
Cancel all your cards, change your name, move to Mexico.
right.
I'm sure they have an Air Force base.
Roswell.
No, Mexico, not New Mexico.
Oh, got it.
You're going to the old Mexico. You can't afford New Mexico. You got to get used Mexico.
Yeah, I got to go to old Mexico.
We've got Mexico at home. Mexico at home.
Yes, exactly.
You guys are ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I don't even know.
Swanky says if you compare I believe this is a Cowboy Bebop. If you compare directly to the anime, it blew. And that's what hurt because they changed too much from the original. If you watch without thinking about the anime or comparing, it's all right. So this is another thing. Disney did this with their making the live action versions of their animated films. Why, this is a beloved franchise. Why are you remaking it in a different format? So there's only two things that can happen. You can either make it exactly the same, thus pointless, or change it a whole bunch so that it's a fresh new angle and make everybody angry because it's not the same.
Yeah.
There's very few people out there that will be able to just separate their feeling of the source material and be able to enjoy it on its own merits. Most people are they're coming from a place of where they developed this like for this thing with all the toggles set the way that they were set. So when you come in and just flip all the switches random to make it different enough to justify its existence, you're going to turn off a large proportion of the people that were the people that liked it to begin with. It's just, it's a no-win scenario. Why do people think that they can do, it blows my mind. I've yet to see.
Did Cowboy Bebop start as a manga or?
Yeah, most anime starts as manga, yeah.
So it's almost too bad then that was all of it converted, made into anime or?
That's a good question. I don't know enough about it.
So
that's probably our weakest area.
I know. What they should have done then, if they hadn't already made the entire manga into anime, they should have just, made the live action one of the other manga books or whatever.
Yeah, but then eventually the anime would catch up to it and then it'd be the same thing anyway.
True. But then, at least it'd be something fresh and it wouldn't be trying to redo what's already been done.
Yeah, that almost feels like you're robbing from yourself, though, because it's like,
yeah.
So it's like we're going to tank the anime for those seasons so that the movie can, or that the live action can do okay.
Are they still, they're still releasing Cowboy Bebop then?
Well, no,
if they are, this is all hypothetical. Okay, I don't know enough about the series.
I think they canceled the live action after one season. Because
the anime or the live action?
The live action. I think. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But The Expanse is another. So the Witcher source material I've been reading, and then we watched the show.
So was that a book before it was a game then?
It was a book first and foremost. Then CD Projekt Red made it into a game. And you know what they did right about that?
Henry Cavill.
Yes.
The game. Henry Cavill.
The game picks up where the source material ends.
Oh, there you go.
So the video game company could then go a direction that they wanted to go with it,
which they did an excellent job with.
And then it doesn't step on anybody's toes who have certain expectations about what should be in there.
So Captain Jim Raynor 89, thank you for joining us again. He says, I imagine a very similar conversation happened with Harry Potter, so that was interesting. Just this is a real quick blurb that they were starting to produce the films while the books are still being written, so they did know where stuff was going. And J.K. Rowling specifically, the author, was able to help decide what was going in and what was going out. But yes, definitely there's talking about what needs to be the same, what needs to be different, what is acceptable. And I think that being able to work in tandem with the source creator while it's in process, I think was the reason that was as successful as it was.
So they're coming out with a Fallout series. And
if it's anything like Fallout 76, it's going to suck.
The game developers are actually going to have a hand in helping tell the story. Which I'm excited
to see
about.
What the Halo TV show is going to be like. Are you excited for the Halo TV show? Do you have Paramount Plus? See, that's what's a bummer. Is or find somebody who you can borrow it from.
Right.
Or break into someone's house who's watching it and watch it with them. That's what Kara would do. That's why she got that teardrop tattoo.
Yeah.
Just so I can watch my Paramount Plus.
One tier for each episode. I'm trying to see here.
You can go ahead and say it.
How about HBO Max Last of Us?
Oh, I have. Is it out?
It's not out, but they're casting. I don't know. I haven't played the DLC for it.
So
Left Behind, but they're casting someone for that.
Okay.
Yeah, they're coming up with that.
So Last of Us is coming out on HBO Max or the HBO streaming services, and that's a very popular video game franchise.
Did you played it?
I did. Yeah, it's for PlayStation.
Yeah.
Jarrett, it's like one of his favorite games of all time.
Your old PlayStation, your PS4 was a Last of Us, wasn't it?
Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Which is also another video game that they're coming out with and making into a TV show.
Lots of video games becoming TV shows.
But
They
I
finally cracked the code because video game adaptations used to suck.
I know. But
Look at Resident Evil that somehow got 5 movies and none
Right.
of them were good.
or had anything to do with anything. It was just weird.
Yeah, well, that's something that they just made it completely different.
Just boom.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Not even close to the same thing.
Yep.
Yet somehow Mila Jovovich gets a 5-movie franchise out of it.
Yep.
I don't understand.
Super funny. But the Witcher books are different from the live action show, and they've changed some things. I don't
There's
think
some similarities. In the first book, you came across a story with the Beast guy, right?
Nivellen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Ciri isn't in it in the book.
Ciri isn't in it, and he's not sad about the Bruxa getting killed.
Yeah.
Which was like, okay, because that's kind of a pivotal scene in the Witcher TV show. Is he's like sad and he's like, you're human, figure it out. Cool line.
Yeah.
And then there was another show that I was thinking about that The Expanse is another book that I was recommended to read, and I'm loving the book. Kara is as well. In the show, I started watching it, and luckily somebody told me to stop. They take books 1 and 2, and then instead of them being linear, they stack them in the show and make them look like they're taking place at the same time. So somebody's like, dude, you're going to end up spoiling the second book if you watch the first season of the show. So that's super frustrating.
Interesting. See, I never read the book, so I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
The book's really good.
Readings for nerds. Get your library cards out.
Yeah,
Let's
get your
read some
library
books.
card.
I love reading.
What's all that
Reading's
hoopla about?
good.
Only people who read books know
Yeah.
the word hoopla.
Yeah, you're a reading fan over here.
I like reading too. I'm just putting
being
on.
funny. Yeah.
As a kid, I would
devil's advocate.
I would go under my covers and I'd have my flashlight and I would read books late into
Look
the
at
night.
Kara can afford flashlights.
Yeah, no kidding.
When I was a kid, we had to use candles. We
must have
stole
been
from our
a surefire.
neighbors.
There with the little matchbooks you got from hotels.
Her flashlight.
Little
Look at
match.
Kara, she can afford hotels. I broke in to eat the
I was
continental
gonna say
breakfast.
you'd sneak into the hotel, steal all the matches so you could read your books that night.
Did your flashlights take lithium, Kara?
Probably.
Lithium batteries?
It was one of the power. Like,
Yeah. No, that's what
couldn't
Chris
even
had.
afford batteries.
I'm under the blankets going like this. They're thinking I'm doing something else.
Right, my parents like, what's that noise in there?
Do you have a favorite book series?
That's a hard one. No. Harry Potter's great, but it's probably not my favorite. Maybe The Maze Runner is not my favorite series, but The Maze Runner is probably my favorite.
Maze Runners. In chat, let us know if you've read Maze Runners.
You know, so I'm gonna. This is gonna be a series that
Runner.
literally nobody has read except for me, probably. I can get because it is based on. Do you want to talk about adaptations and changing literally everything? I read there's a 4-book series, and I can never find the books. I want to own them. There's a 4-book series based on the Doom video game.
The Doom?
Doom, like 1994's Doom.
Yep.
By id Software, and I was 11 or 12 years old or whatever. I was at the library. I used to go to the library. It was like 6 blocks away from my parents' house. I was there constantly. And so, and I remember the first time I learned about interlibrary exchange, so our library had the first book and the third book. And then I had to interlibrary exchange for the second and the fourth book. But so it follows the Doom guy has a name in the book. It's Captain Flynn Taggart.
Oh, of course.
Mind like a steel trap, baby. Anyway, so it starts
It's getting
like the
rusty.
Book, yeah, the stainless steel trap, baby. It starts where the first game starts. You're landing on the lab on Phobos, I believe, one of the moons of Mars, and a portal to hell is opened up, and like he has to go and deal with it. And then it's like literally like you can see them like working through like the levels and like all like I used to play Doom all the time, and like it's basically from there it does make a fairly large departure from the source material of the game, because it's just basically like solve the puzzle, shoot the bad guy, win the game, right?
Yep.
But it was so freaking good. I was like, Doom book, whatever. I picked up the book and put it back on the shelf. So books used to be on paper and live on shelves, to those of you who didn't know.
Yep.
We would cut down trees and process them and then jab ink onto them like Kara's prison tattoo to make paper books. So, and I picked it up, I would look at it, it was like, and I put it back like for weeks. And then I finally read it. It was like, this is like the best book of all time. It was so good. And like for like pre-teen to teen me, like early teen me, it was like the exact kind of book that I wanted to read.
That's
it was
awesome.
so freaking
You just
good.
can't find the books anymore?
Like if I search from online, and I haven't looked in years, and I haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
But it was like the last time I looked, Amazon was just selling books,
Oh, man.
right?
Jeez, Grandpa.
I know. You want to talk about being old.
Good thing you didn't get drafted to go to Nam. Chris.
So, but that book series is so good. Like if somebody somehow tracked down, I don't care if they
Be careful. You're going to get a package show up here with some books in it.
Yeah, well, it'll show up to the PO box.
Yeah, that's true.
But they're incredible. Like if you have a chance to read them, there might be an e-reader version of it. Maybe they're so old that they're like, we're not updating this to 21st century.
Kara can get a job as an audiobook reader and convert them into audiobooks.
I was gonna say on our stream, I'll just stream reading the.
There you go, the Doom books.
Oh,
Chris.
they're so good. They're probably
I
terrible.
talked about
they're
doing it
probably
last time.
They're probably objectively bad. But if you're between 11 and 14 years old and spent most of your childhood playing Doom, they're incredible.
That's awesome.
So that's like it's easy to be like, I love the Harry Potter book series. I've read them all multiple times, but they never hit as hard to me as this Doom book series.
Check chat and see if anybody talked about yes from the audience.
Oh, I am a massive Doom fan.
Awesome.
I mean massive. I have played Doom Eternal 2016, the 2 original Doom games, and the expansion. I played every single level. I've beat it twice, once on the normal difficulty and once on ultra violence.
Nice.
Each of them.
Are you play on PC or like a console?
I actually play on my phone.
Oh,
App Store
So-
for the original.
no way.
Back in my day, we had to install it onto a computer with a floppy disk.
Yeah, no, okay, multiple ones usually.
Multiple floppy disks.
So, if in case you guys couldn't hear, the audience member here, he
Has a name.
Well, I don't know.
We'll call
Once
him-
you get over 18, I'll throw the name out there.
Fair enough. Fair
but
enough.
anyways, Doom, big Doom fan, and Blake plays on his phone. That is really cool.
The fact that people can play games on their phone blows my mind. This is the quick Minecraft side story. So we're playing yesterday. I'm talking to people like, how do you drop items? Like Q, and they're like, I'm playing on a phone. And I was like,
No way.
and I was like, I have no. My brain is so PC
That-
focused.
Is the one thing I like about Bedrock is that you can play it on a phone.
Yep. So we literally, I think when we were playing, we had 2 people on Xbox, 1 person on their phone, somebody else on a laptop, and I was playing on a PC.
After playing on when I was playing last night, I was on the PC. PC or bust.
With for Minecraft.
Yeah,
100%.
it's so much.
You know what else
easier.
blew my mind? So and then I was after this conversation happened, I was like, yeah. So he's like, I'm just so used to wazding around and everything, right?
Yeah.
And the guys, one of the console players, was like, oh, I should just plug in my keyboard and mouse or whatever that I'm not using from a computer that I don't use. And it's like, it blew me away that back in my day, consoles could not just accept
Yes.
hardware.
Yeah.
You can play keyboard and mouse now.
And it's like, when did that happen?
Yeah. Yep.
I feel so out of touch. I use advanced technology on a daily basis for work. And yet somehow I feel like technology has passed me by so far.
Oh, dude, it blew by you on the freeway.
Absolutely.
You're the person going 40 in the fast
No,
lane.
he's the stainless steel trap in the ditch, waiting for whatever steps into
That's like,
it.
I remember, but nobody's going to know. Real quick. So
Bunch of
Cam
chat.
says Maze Runner series is really good. Adam says his favorite book series is Chronicles of Narnia.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Disney did do them dirty.
Yes, they did. I agree,
Captain Jim
1,000%.
Raynor says Fried Green Tomatoes is a great book.
Really?
And apparently it's supposed to be a good movie too.
I've heard.
I've had the real-
It got nominated for a lot of awards, didn't it?
I had fried
Fried
green
gr-
tomatoes in Tennessee or North Carolina before.
Were they good?
They were good? Yeah.
I had fried okra in Missouri.
I do not recommend.
Adam
boiled-
says he has the BBC DVDs of Chronicles of Narnia. I believe.
Yes, those are the ones I grew up with.
Yes, and that's what I grew up with too.
You guys
I
are
loved
hilarious.
those.
Those were at the
ones.
library. We would check those movies
Yep.
out.
I think
We probably just
Pass
swapped
them
back and forth. We used to rent those all the
Oh
time.
my gosh.
Now you
When
can watch them on
everyone's gone, it was
Hoopla.
probably like, who is it? And Chris is sitting in his house watching the Chronicles
Like, oh,
of Narnia.
Aslan, aren't you the greatest?
You guys are
Hilarious.
They're good. Growing up, I was
You
telling
think
Jeremy,
the Disney ones they did them dirty?
compared to the BBC, heck yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
BBC is infallible.
Truly. But no, growing up, I was telling Jeremy, because I like reading chip books at night. I was telling Jeremy that growing up, one of my favorite memories is sitting in the living room with my brothers and my parents would read the Chronicles of Narnia to us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Every single night, we'd read like 3 or 4 chapters before going to bed. I loved it.
That's some hardcore Little House on the Prairie duration.
We would actually also read Little House on the Prairie, funny enough. We loved it. It was so good. One of my favorite memories growing up. So
it's interesting. So how often were you read to as a child, Jeremy? Just not trying to open up a big thing. Like, don't recall it happening very often, if at all, right?
It was very rarely, yeah.
So I can only remember one instance of my life of me and my sister being read to. My sister and I are only a year apart, so it's like we're basically raised as the same person.
Yep.
Yet I turned out amazing, and she's a weirdo. Just kidding. She is a weirdo, but
aren't we all?
But I remember specifically. So this is not going to make any sense to anybody except for Jeremy, probably. So you know the inside layout of my parents' house.
Yes.
You walk in through the kitchen, then there's the stairs that go up to the second floor.
Yep.
That house didn't used to have a second floor.
Yep.
Really?
And where that stairway is used to be the bedroom that my sister and I shared, like growing up initially. Huh. So yeah, my dad added the second story to the house and everything. Have you been?
I've been in your house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Or your parents' house.
Yeah. My parents eventually mine.
You can see the fridge
if I'm in the will.
in the Don't Stab video.
That's true. That exact fridge, yeah.
Yes.
You can also see my hand in the video too. I do a hand modeling job.
Ooh.
Don't eat the coleslaw.
Yeah.
Or potato salad.
Potato
whatever
salad.
Yeah.
So I remember, in that room we had a wooden bunk bed that I feel fairly confident my dad built.
I wouldn't doubt it, yeah.
And so at that time I had the top bunk and my sister had the bottom bunk. And I remember we would sit on our bed and my mom would read Charlotte's Web to us.
Yes.
And I remember it so explicitly because I years later at school, we watched the Charlotte Webb's.
Is it
Charlotte's
Wilbur?
Web
Is it
movie.
Wilbur?
Yeah, Wilbur.
Yeah.
And that's the only time I can ever. They may have read more to us. I don't know, but that's the only time I can ever remember it happening, and it's locked in my stainless steel trap.
That's awesome.
And I was I could 4 or 5. It's one of my earliest memories of anything. It's just it's interesting what people remember and don't remember, and Charlotte's Web is I'm not gonna say it's a whatever book, but it's not something where it's yes, it can ingrain if you're a young enough child, all the things that happen in the book. Not to spoil a book that's been out for 40 years. Anyway, but what makes it you guys have a son now and everything. It's what is he gonna remember and not remember? And it's how. Is he going to remember that dad had to be quiet for 40 years?
Yes.
Whenever he took a nap?
As Brad would say, which is also the perfect way to end the episode, that'll do, pig. No, I'll finish up with chat. I need to go do a chat
that's
before
from
we wrap.
Babe.
That is
Well,
First
to
of
blame
all-
Brad.
First of all, Brad, you besmircher of Charlotte's Web. You spinner of
Around
lies.
Is that me?
That's from Babe.
It is.
You guys need
You've heard sheep.
esquiring and
I said he was herding sheep. That's
Yeah.
what
yeah.
Do you not remember Babe or the horrible sequel Babe, Pig in the City?
I literally thought That'll Do Pig could have been from Charlotte's Web as well. So
See, that's
there's a spider.
you should go to the
though,
library
Charlotte's
more.
Web, right? My jam was the Outsiders, Who Stay Gold, Pony Boy, and then Of Mice and Men. I always thought was super good, but
Those,
not as a kid. That was a young adult.
Good books, man. Who'd have thought that a couple of nerds would talk about books for as much? As
Right?
Books can be nerdy.
They do exist.
You know what that's from? An M&M's
M&M commercial. I know it is.
the old Christmas one.
Yeah.
Santa season is they do exist, and then he,
He does
fades.
exist.
Yeah.
They do exist. Santa.
Okay, so the only
I
reason
quote
I
that
remember
all the time.
The only reason I remember that commercial is because my parents used to record movies off TV. And I think it was Home Alone. And they got that commercial. They left that commercial.
Oh, funny.
In the thing. We may have recorded it while we were gone. So they set it to record at a certain time and record all the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one commercial that it was in there.
And it aired for years.
Yeah.
So it's not like you could have missed it if you lived in that time period.
The Coke Polar Bears were on forever.
My sister had a bunch of plushies
Yeah.
from that, too.
We had some mugs growing up.
But the M&M ones were really good, and those kind of just fell off the face of the planet. I mean, they still do one very rarely, like you
The
mentioned.
seven Up spot.
Make 7 up yours.
They used to have a lot of Christmas commercials where he'd have his little sunglasses on and
at the actual spot from the 7
spot,
Up.
yeah.
I thought so. Spot is another term
I
for
suppose,
ad.
yeah.
For me, anyway,
No.
I hear it all the time.
literally the 7-Up spot.
I thought you were talking about like the ad from like the late 90s, early 2000s. The guy is wearing a shirt that says "Make 7," and then on the back it says "Up yours."
Oh, I remember
It's
that.
like "Make 7, up yours."
Ridiculous.
That'll do.
Brilliant.
Pig.
That
All
will
right,
do.
what's chat say?
Talking about some more commercials and stuff. I don't mean to cut everybody off in here, but we are just about at time.
Perfect.
So want to thank everybody who joined us live. We do go live every Saturday night at 7 o'clock Central on Twitch, twitch.tv/Rise the Podcast. If you're watching us now, you obviously know where it is, but bring some friends along next time. It's a pretty good time. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for joining us over there. If you want to see us live, check us out on Twitch. If you don't want to see us live because reasons, go to youtube.com/Rise of the Podcast. You can watch us in our entirety on there. We've done like 100 million of these at this point, so you can waste a
142
natural amount of time watching our backlog. I'm trying to think of other things. Oh, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. And if you're listening to the audio version, we apologize for the sad fate of your television or computer because you should be watching us. But we also do appreciate that you're downloading us and listening to us in the most convenient format there is on streaming services for podcasts wherever available. And with all of that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. And of course,
May the force be with you.